Hey YouTube viewers, hashtag my global family. This is Dre Abeita, the YouTube academic, here with your hashtag Abeita reality dose. Today is Thursday, May 28th, 2020. And as always, you guys, it's another long week, but I'm glad we survived. Just kidding. Anyways, I had a meeting today. Again, I'm so excited and very proud to be representing my Native community as the chair-elect of the American Educational Research Association Graduate Student Council. And guess what, guys? We're going to be dropping a newsletter on June 1st. So check your Facebook, Twitter, and other social media. Hashtag my global AER family. You guys are amazing, and I look so forward to working with all of you. So I also do want to just kind of reflect on what's been going on lately with COVID. I am very concerned, you guys. I'm always concerned. I'm very concerned. But realistically, over the weekend, it was Memorial Day weekend, right? And a lot of the United States opened up. And that is troubling because the ramifications of opening up, opening beaches, right? In some places, people went to the beach. People went, and met in large groups, right? Which is devastating because it will take us weeks to really find the full extent and damage of what was going on with the pandemic. And I just really want to make sure that we have a good handle on what actually is happening. So I'd like to ask you guys, first of all, what percentage of the global population do you think the United States is? 10? 20? Right? We consume most of the world's goods, right? A lot of the world's goods. But unfortunately, we are actually only 4.25% of the global population. And I want you guys to keep that in your head, right? Only 4.25% of the entire global population. So far, we have hit the mark of over 100,000 deaths to COVID-19. There have been a little over 344,000 deaths globally. So think about that, you guys. In America, we almost have a third, right, of all of the deaths in COVID globally, but only 4.25% of the population. That is devastating, that is catastrophic, and that is something that we are not highlighting nearly enough, you guys. And yes, we have to have our economy. We have to have people to be able to pay their jobs and pay their mortgage and pay their rent. But in reality, a lot of this death could literally be prevented by our government issuing monthly checks, monthly stipends, or doing cancellation of student debt, doing cancellation of mortgage loans, right? I've heard a lot of economists who are just talking about if you have, a 30-year mortgage, put those payments on hold for 6 months, right? And add those months to the end of the mortgage, right? Our industries have been the largest recipients of governmental welfare, right? Because corporations get tax cuts, right? They actually get tax advantages. For example, Walmart receives millions of dollars every year to give substandard, low-wage paid jobs to our veterans. Now I ask you, America, does that seem fair? Does that seem just? Why do we give Walmart millions of dollars in tax write-offs in order to hire veterans? Could we not instead just funnel that money straight to our veterans themselves so that they create their own small businesses or create their own pathways? Why must we always funnel money first through the corporations? This makes no sense and does not help the individual Americans whose lives are being lost during this pandemic. Additionally, I'm doing a call for you guys to think more critically. I made a mistake yesterday of putting on the news. Right? I do a lot of writing. I'm an academic, a professional writer, and a researcher, and I was writing, right? And so in the background, I was like, hey, I want to put the news on in the background for inspiration while I'm writing. Worst idea ever, you guys. I was watching some of the local news, and one of the news stories was controversy. It literally said controversy, right? New Mexico governor makes jewelry purchase. And you guys, do we really? That's what we've devolved to? That's the nightly news, right? That's what we're worried about, is whether or not our governor bought a piece of jewelry. That's really what we're focusing on. That's so important to New Mexicans. Like our news has to cover that. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. This is a ridiculous alternate reality in which some people need to work on developing their critical consciousness, right? I need for you guys to be worried about the 100,000 deaths we have in this country over, whether or not our freaking governor bought a piece of jewelry. I love jewelry, you guys. People who are capitalists and like, we need to open our economy. Why are you complaining that you bought a piece of jewelry? Is it any of our business? Why did politics devolve into this very strange mud throwing, mud slinging, you're a worse person in the whole wide world, right? That doesn't do any of us any good, right? We have this system of ping-ponging back and forth between political parties every 4 years. We have literally, historically, you guys, take my public policy class, 341, and we literally go over this section in history of progression and regression, right? A little bit of civil rights movement. Conservatism and Reaganism, right? When are we going to stop this punitive cycle that is destroying our society, right? We're pulling ourselves in other directions. People literally in this country did not believe COVID was a disease. What kind of reality is that where people do not believe that this is actually happening? What kind of reality do we live in where President Trump is like, drink Clorox? Or I'm going to take this medication that actually could put my life at risk, right? The doctor is saying, don't take it if you don't need it, right? That is what is ruling our government. That worries me, y'all. That is in charge of our entire national security. He's the guys with the nuclear codes. I remember back to the whole election where Hillary Clinton was running, and they were like, you can't give a woman the nuclear codes because she's going to get a period. Well, we got a guy in the White House who literally was being accused by several women of rape at the time that he was running for president. He definitely has a track record of bankruptcy in businesses and bad business deals. He was literally a celebrity on TV. We live in a society in 2020 where our political system is this strange, perverse popularity contest where Americans believed and voted for a celebrity on TV who used to say, "You're fired." That's it. That's his claim to fame. He inherited his millions of dollars. That's what we have to realize in America. Class is reproduced, right? The biggest factors that you're going to have in your life: race, class, then gender, then we can kind of go down, right? But your race and your class are the biggest indicators of your lifespan. Literally, sociologists can do studies and they can show in these neighborhoods, right, that reproduce ghettos in places like Chicago and New York, they can literally predict how many newborn babies are going to end up in prison. It's a hard fact of life. We know that our current society is reproducing these systems of oppression, right? It used to be the school to prison pipeline. Now it's the cradle to prison pipeline. We are literally funneling in the bottom segment of our poor population and churning them through and throwing their lives away. Why do people take drugs? Because their lives are miserable. Is our society actually doing anything about unemployment? Is it doing anything to create jobs? Or are they completely locking us into a permanent slave class in which we are literally fighting neck to neck, crawling each over our brothers and sisters for what? The $8.50? Are we supposed to say thank you, McDonald's, for giving us this minimum wage, but not giving us 30 hours or 30, 40 hours a week so that we can actually have full-time benefits? Oh yeah, don't worry. The government's going to take care of it, right? We as corporations don't have responsibility to our workers. We can go ahead and use the system to game the fucking government, because that's what corporations do, you guys. We have to realize that our lives are more miserable because of them. We are not millionaires waiting. We are all working class, and the middle class that America had is quickly disappearing. I'm Dre Abeita, the YouTube academic, here with your hashtag Abeita Reality Dose. You guys take care and you be safe. Please, please, I literally want you to save all of our lives by staying home and practicing hashtag social distancing, hashtag mask saves lives now. You guys, for real, this is a long haul. We are months into this, and again, have almost a third of the world's deaths. That is catastrophic, hashtag not normal, and we absolutely have to do something about it.